You're now listening to the Palmetto Dugout Show, hosted by State Director Sammy Esposito, Associate Scouts Drew Stewart and Sean Smith, that discuss all things related to amateur baseball in South Carolina. Here are your hosts.
Welcome into episode 73 of the Palmetto Dugout Show. We're back on Sundays. We got Austin, Espo. What's going on, guys?
Coach, what's going on? We're doing all right today?
Fantastic.
This is strike two for Sean. Man, we're doing the intro. We get to three on that.
Well, unfortunately, the guy that does our intro is currently calling the Gamecock baseball game, so I can't get to him today.
Is that more important than what we're talking about?
For some, some would argue,
I guess it depends on who you ask.
What was he doing the last 7 days since the last time?
Not worried about Austin Smith.
Should we can we like sound over it, and instead of going the guy same voice, we can just go Austin and just chime in with it?
Yeah, we'll put
my
voice.
It's not my real name.
Is
Sean.
over there in the Sean. It's Sean Austin Smith.
Yes,
brothers.
Yes, very much so.
Hey, big show ahead. The predictions are coming from the staff. We'll see if we can top last week's viewers with the unveil of the Power 25. Didn't catch a lot of crap for that one this year.
You know, it's usually a shock. Every time right before we put it out, we always wonder how much heat are we going to get. I guess maybe people thought, and you can't say, well, nobody looked at it, because we can kind of go back and look at the clicks and look at all this stuff. A lot of people read it, so not a lot of heat, so maybe people thought we maybe did our job halfway decent of the preseason picks. There was one unhappy school that said we should probably never cover high school sports again, but it was okay. I don't think any other publication out there had that school ranked either, so it's okay. But yeah, a lot of fun. What was that, Austin?
They could be right.
They could be. You never know. That's preseason. Have a little fun with it. Get a little discussion going. It's for give the people what they want. See where we're right. At the end of the day, it's all our opinion, and see where it shakes out, and try to have a little fun with it. And you never know. It is high school sports. What's a 16-year-old going to do any given day? Never know.
We will get these wrong eventually.
This is by far my favorite one of the year. This is my favorite show. I don't know, college bowl pick'em. That's a lot of fun, but mainly just because I won. Usually, I don't do as well with this one.
Is this going to be is every episode from here on out? Are you going to bring that up
until my name gets changed in the intro? Yes.
So viewers get used to that. Before we hop into these predictions, it begins on Friday. We got two big preseason tournaments coming up. Austin will be at none other than Steve Sanders. And I'll make my way to the beautiful Palmetto Classic. Change names.
AKA old school Shock City.
City.
Leading up to that, some more I guess you want to throw out some controversy. We'll be releasing our updated 25, 26, and 27 class individual rankings coming in here. So right before the high school season kicks off, we'll do the rankings, and we'll be in full force starting in this coming weekend and rolling in. So exciting time of the year. High school baseball cranking up in full force. Scrimmages are out of the way and ready to rock and roll.
Get the best content too.
Whew. Watch out now. PBSC is there, baby.
PBSC after dark.
PBSC after dark.
How'd we get rid of the R? Where'd that go?
It's the powers to be have dropped it. It's just prep baseball now. It's no longer a report. As we've all been asked, right? Are we there for bull riding or drinking beer?
Mm-hmm.
And I've always responded yes to both.
Whichever one.
Yeah, maybe all three.
If it's the Apple Festival weekend in Westminster, it could be all of the above.
Yeah, I will gladly watch a game while I'm drinking a beer and riding a bull. It's
We might see if we can get that arranged for you. Okay?
When I'm there, maybe is that when we're at the Crotch Rocket Festival?
The Rocket Night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe up there in Emerald. You never know. We'll see what happens.
The coach is running for mayor in Emerald. I'm going for lieutenant mayor. Beautiful city of Emerald. Let's get to the fun part here. Our predictions for how the season is going to shake out. Each person will give you a champion for each classification, runner-up, and a sleeper team, and then adding in this year a player of the year for each classification. Be sure to piss some people off very early.
Why not make them mad? You know what I mean? Right out the gate.
I'm not certain on a lot of the teams that I'm going to pick, but I learned one thing last year. There's a few teams I will not pick.
Coach, breaking news real quick. I know this is tape delayed real quick. Another home run was just hit at the Coastal Carolina Stadium for another team against George Washington or George Mason. George Mason. So breaking news. Sorry, had to drop it. Just another tank went out of the yard. 700th of the weekend against the Patriots. So sorry. Let's break it back to South Carolina high school baseball. Sorry.
That's thin air down there near Spanky's.
Spanky's.
Them hermit crabs, boy.
We'll start this off with 1A. Also, we'll let you go last. You can see because you'll always have the best answers for last. Go pick someone. Coach, you'll go second. I'll start us off. I feel like when we start off with 1A here, I think the upper state is a little easier to pick. Contrary to belief, I'm not picking the Louisville Lions. Even though they are going to have Rocket Night soon. Give me Southside Christian as that upper state champ. Lakeview is the lower state with Southside Christian winning it all again. We're going 3-peat, right?
Yeah. 3?
Yeah. I think it's 3 in a row. 3-peat.
It is 3-peat.
But my sleeper is St. Joe. I feel like they always make a run into the playoffs at some point. Player of the year, Carson Bowman.
I think we
I'm going there. Oh, sorry. You said I was going last.
You're last, Austin.
Yeah, you're last.
Sammy initially said he had the director's privilege and he was going last. So
we got thrown off for a loop there.
Sorry.
It's okay. I kind of we probably could just hit like repeat on your answer. If I'd have went first, I was going to take the exact same answer. I was thinking of mixing it up a little bit and maybe going out on a limb and maybe throwing Lakeview as the winner. Our boy Herlong making some moves down there, but I'm not going to do it. I just don't think. I think Southside's got too much. Bowman's too special. There's some guys that can kind of hang in there. I just don't with a healthy Carson Bowman on the mound, and then brother Bowman back there receiving, catching, hitting. I think they're too strong. So, Southside versus Lakeview for the champion, and I'm going to go ahead and go Bowman as well. And then go ahead. Exact same answers you did. I got the exact same one.
What about sleeper? I think you're going St. Joe's sleep.
Yeah, I am going St. Joe's. It was going to be them or Johnsonville, but I'm going to go St. Joe's. I had them lined up in there.
Okay. Well, if that's what y'all are going to do, I'm going to be the one to switch it up. Give me Lakeview winning the whole thing. I also have. Well, I got the same player of the year. I think Bowman's player of the year. But sleeper, I'm going Christchurch. I know y'all wanted St. Joe's. I originally was going to go Christchurch to win the whole thing, but then I did a little research before we started here today and decided I wasn't going to pick them to win it. But you got a new skipper up there. I'll take Coach Simpson. I'll take him against a lot of people. There's not many in the state that I would say no. I'll take them over him. No, that's the one. So. Because I can tell you something about them boys. They're going to hit. They might not do anything else, but they are going to hit.
They might going to hit. Who's your sleeper? You got sleeper Christchurch.
Christchurch is my sleeper. As someone who coached against Coach Simpson for many years, I've taken many run rulings and get back on the bus from him. So I think I know we still got to have some players, but I'll take my chances with those guys. So
there he is
all I
with
got.
bold predictions. That's why he went last. Always with he's going to have a really bold one here later, probably. I don't know as bold as last year, but we'll see. In the 2A classification, I'm going Gray Collegiate versus Fox Creek for the state championship. Give me Gray. Bradley Anderson, Player of the Year.
Ooh.
But I think Sherrall is the sleeper. Watch out. They've got the mayor of the city, and they've got our boy Gunner.
So we're going to go Ocean. You're going Oceanside, finally dethroned, huh?
Yeah.
Finally dethroned. Obviously, Fox Creek got a good two-headed monster there. Bradley Anderson up top. Got some bats back. Kind of Mid Carolina. They had Mid Carolina on the ropes early last year in the early rounds of the playoffs, and Mid Carolina wound up beating them out. And Fox Creek returns those guys. Mid Carolina lost a lot of older guys. So I'm with you there. I do think it'll be that Fox Creek Gray Collegiate, but I'm gonna go Player of the Year. I'm gonna go a young buck down there at Strom Thurmond. I'm gonna go Landon Jones. Arm hitter, got power, big 6'5", right-handed hitter, arm, got some power in there. So he's gonna be my Player of the Year. Sleeper, and this isn't really a sleeper because they're always good, but I'm gonna go Mid Carolina because I still think they're a really good team. They've lost some guys, but they're they return enough that it's really not that big of a sleeper. But yeah, it's hard to the gun show, man. It's hard to sleep on the gun show.
Coach, you must have paid attention to all the comments on our Power 25 because you just went with Strom Thurmond Player of the Year and Mid Carolina sleeper. I mean, are you trying to please the people?
I'm just trying to give the people what they want. That Barstool, they're kind of nasty down there. You know what I mean?
He's trying to gain some followers or some subscriptions down there. Trying to pad the bank for tax time.
Tax time. Got to get some followers in here.
I'm going. Give me Fox Creek Upper State. I'm torn on the Lower State again. I think I'm gonna go Oceanside still. I'm gonna make somebody's gonna have to beat them, but I'm going Fox Creek and win the whole thing though.
Ooh. Wow.
But I do like Palmer Player of the Year from Oceanside. And I really kicked the tires on Gunnar Jordan just because he's our boy. I kicked it, but I said, no.
Who's your sleeper, Coach?
Oh,
whoops. He is sleeping.
Forgot about that. Give me Abbeville.
There it is. Hey,
Sorry.
If you ever go watch an Abbeville game, be prepared to stay there for 4 hours. There will be one offensive timeout every inning.
But that's the reason that I went Abbeville because he just wins wherever he goes. So, this is what, year 3 down there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You talked about kind of a side note that you've been watching these college games all week, and the pace of play is phenomenal. We need to get these into some high school baseball.
Love it.
I know that it's hard to put some of this stuff on the umpires in high school, but the pace of play, like the pitchers are getting the ball and throwing it. We're going to go to a high school. All of a sudden now college games are going faster than high school games.
I will
high school games are and they're like 15-14 still in college now. Balls are flying out of the yard. But
I told y'all I went and watched North Greenville last weekend. We've got instant replay in Division II right now. I'm not sure what those guys went and looked at, but we had a review the other day. I think he went and looked at some guy's MacBook that was standing in the bullpen, but they did review a play.
They pulled up the Twitter feed.
Could be the X. Thank you.
Coach Dyson had his yes. Twitter feed pulled up.
Yep.
We move on to 3A. I'm gonna shock the world.
No.
Drew's
going Powdersville.
Powdersville. This ain't a shock. Powdersville. He can't do Powdersville versus Seneca. It's impossible right now.
He's going to go Powdersville versus Powdersville because the other team's bus broke down.
And Seneca is going to come help him out as well.
Sleeper,
Okay.
Powdersville. Player of the year.
Let me get on with
Powdersville.
this. Let me get on with this. I think Hanahan makes it back to the state championship, and they're going to play Powdersville. But Hanahan wins it this year, unlike last year. And I think Crescent is the big sleeper in 3A. And player of the year, do you want to take a guess?
Landon Fowler.
Gunnar Jordan.
Landon, we're in 3A, coach.
I know, I'm joking.
Landon Fowler, 3A player of the year. And I'm sure Padgett might get a little pissed at me for making that prediction. But, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Big shock. It's not a big shock. I mean,
Yeah, I could have told you that was coming.
yeah. Wait, let's big shout out Hanahan Junior Brock Borden, right? Coming back after 11 brain surgeries 6 months ago. Was able to come back and pitch. So big shout out to him down there in Hanahan. Had a freak illness or whatever, and wound up having 11 brain surgery. So awesome to see him come back and get back on the baseball field. So big time shout out to him and everybody down there. Possible. That's really cool for him and that program and his family to be able to get back out there and do that. So. With that being said, obviously they got something behind them a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and throw Hanahan and give them in there for the state championship against – give me the boys from Blue Ridge.
The Fighting Tigers, baby.
I think the Tigers got it. You look at it, they got everything lined up. If we can keep that pinky healthy on AJ Camarado this year, they're going to have a chance. But I'm going Hanahan for the championship. My sleeper, we're going to go Crescent. Player of the year, we're going Cade Norton is going to hit 27 home runs this year. That's an extreme, but he's going to hit a lot of them. Player of the year.
Get to see him over there at the Steve Sanders Invitational. Might see a couple there. So I'm going Hanahan lower. I'm going Fighting Tigers upper, and give me the Fighting Tigers to win the whole thing. So I'm going same final as Sammy, but we're going to switch it up. The Fighting Tigers, the Fighting Travis Hensons, they are going to make it happen. I don't know how many games I'm going to be able to go up there and watch because it's about 20 degrees colder at Blue Ridge than it is anywhere else in the state. But I might can go get a couple innings in.
Gotta wait till the end of the year.
I wanted to go Cade Norton Player of the Year, but you took it. So, well, crap, I can't go Fowler either. Give me my boy. Give me my boy AJ. Give it to me. Give him to me. I like to see. I'm a big fan of the two-way guy, Player of the Year. I like that.
Yeah. Hard to say no to that. But what if he's like just okay at one and really good at the other? Is that like a negative on him?
The first couple times I watched him hit last year, I was like, he's a pitcher. And then I went to Seneca to watch Drew's stepson McGovern. and my boy AJ took him ding dong in the playoffs. So I was like, well, I guess he can hit now. So
that wasn't a knock on Camarado, but like a two-way guy. If like they just do one okay and one really good, does he get like? Is it a knock on him that they don't do both really good?
Mm-mm.
Like Fowler,
no,
Fowler, we know Fowler's going to shove on the mound, and we know he's got power. But if he just hits okay, like does that like affect him from a pollster view, not a Drew Stewart voter view? But
if Ohtani wins 23 games, I know he's not pitching this year, but if he wins 23 games on the mound and only hits 25 home runs.
Only?
Well, I mean, it's not 50.
What if he hits 330?
Chicks dig the long ball, not the batting average. The Dodgers didn't give it. The Dodgers didn't give him $700 million to hit .330.
I mean, he did hit 10 out of his first 20 out of the ballpark in BP the other day.
I don't think I picked a sleeper in 3A, did I?
You did.
No.
Give me Daniel.
Best BP thrower and fungo hitter in maybe
I said the other day in the
high
state.
school.
I said it.
In the state high school coaching ranks.
I said it. And Sammy didn't like it, but I said it.
The bold predictions are coming in. Let's move to 4A.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. I got some good ones for 4A.
I'm going straight up rematch again. Catawba Ridge is going to take on North Myrtle. Could have went some different ways, but as far as the article, I see those two being at the end. And you know what? Let's switch it up. Give me the Chiefs to win it all this year over Catawba Ridge. Sleeper, that's a tough one. They're not really. I'm going to take James Allen. They're not really a sleeper. And I think if they can figure it out on the bump, they're gonna be dethroning North Myrtle. But as of right now, give me North Myrtle over Catawba. Player of the year, Luke Rope.
Ooh, interesting. Not really anything crazy. I'm going Catawba rematch, but I'm gonna go repeat Catawba. And it might be for multiple years to come with this for a 3 and a 4 Pete. I'm going to go Lugoff for my sleeper.
Good one.
Lugoff for a sleeper. I'm going to go player of the year, Jacob Ammon.
Ooh.
I like where your head's at, Coach.
I'm going Jacob Ammon. I think he's going to wear it out with the bat this year and lead them deep into the playoffs before their pitching runs out.
I'm going. Give me James Allen Lower State. I want Catawba Ridge Upper State. The Trojans are going to make it happen. Give me Give me sleeper. I want the Laurens. Are they the Raiders or the Green?
Yes,
they're just the Raiders. They're just the Raiders. Give me the Laurens Raiders, and I want Stowe Rogers Player of the Year.
That's pretty good.
Give it to me.
Pretty good. So Player of the Year, y'all went 2 James Allen kids. Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
I lean towards your boy Ammon, but I was like, hey, give me Stowe.
Stowe's a really good pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He might hit 450 this year.
450. 5A. We know who Coach is going with, so we'll just skip his pick. I'm going totally shocker here, and I might end up on the Twitterverse. TL Hannah wins the Upper State Championship, and they will face West Ashley, with West Ashley winning the state championship. I'm not going Somerville. There's been some fake news on Twitter. But give me but and my sleeper, who I think has a chance to win it all as well, is JL Mann with the arms that they're going to roll out. Player of the year? Ooh. This is tough. I think it's Will Craddock.
Wow. Coach, we got a guy that might be a top 10, not 10 rounder, 10 pick overall. A guy who might be a couple top 5 rounders, 4 rounders.
Look.
And you went underclass. But I like where you're at, because there's a couple guys that are in there that might not see 10 pitches thrown to him this year to hit.
That's where I'm at with him.
It might be very difficult, right? You talk about, Bo Hollins at River Bluff hit 19 home runs. He might not get a chance to swing the bat 19 times this year. They might get the Barry Bonds, which I think is completely unfair to him him and PJ Orlando this year, but that's a whole different topic of conversation. So we'll save that for another podcast time. But I'm going to go TL Hanna as well, as we all know my obsession with TL Hanna. And I'm on that West Ashley train, but I think Somerville with Coach Thane Manis, I think he's going to be able to bump them over the hump. I think they got talent. I think it's not just a two-man show of talent down there with Morlando and then with Messina on the bump. Obviously, Messina, big arm, one of our good scouting buddies, former Mr. Prep baseball guy. We saw him, on Saturday, and he was 93 to 96, big arm. But they got 6 other guys that are 85, 86 mile an hour plus. But I think Coach Manis can find ways to score a bunch of runs, and I think he'll get them in there. But I still think Hannah's going to be able to win that thing. I think they're going to win it, and I think they're going to be a champ. I'm going Dorman as my sleeper. I think Coach Jolly, as you saw the other day there, Coach Drewski.
Yeah.
I think he's got them in a chance this year. We got some guys that are older finally. He's got some pitching a little bit more outside of a couple young superstars, but he got some older guys that have taken some lumps. And I'm going player of the year. I'm going Craddock as well. And mainly not because he's maybe better than those guys. He might be in a couple years, but just I don't think those big boys at River Bluff and Somerville are going to get anything to hit all year. So I hate it for them. But I joked with some of those scouts that they're going to have to go see Morlando and Hollins play 20 games to see one game worth of at-bats.
I'm going sorry. We just had a collision in the outfield of the Georgia game. Sorry.
Did they catch it?
Yeah, right fielder caught it. Second baseman out there trying to make a play, but whatever. I'm going Somerville, Hannah. You said Hannah was going to win it?
I did.
You did? Okay. Well, I'm going Somerville then. Give me Somerville.
Sleeper?
Sleeper. Oh, crap. I want man, but Drew took man. Give me Wando.
That's a good one. That is a
That's
good
what
one.
I want.
Yeah,
I told you
Wando
last
and
year when we
Ashley-
were at the shipyard, I liked them, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Wando and Ashley Ridge, both of those. I'd hate to have to come out of that area to state this year.
Yeah, I like
But-
Wando. I
Good
like
player
Bo
of the year.
Hollins Player of the Year.
Okay.
Good pick because the one good thing he gets to do is pitch as well.
He gets to do both. Told y'all that's what I like. I tell you who else I like down there since I went Wando. I like Whitmer as well.
Brady Gold.
Big Whitmer
Brady
guy.
Gold.
A lot of talent.
That's a good team. That's
Good
a good
team.
team because he's sleep. I feel like.
We'll see him
We'll
early.
see them early on. We'll see them early. We'll see them for 4 days.
Early and often.
Yep.
Get it
Early
on
and
up.
often. Oh gosh. The predictions are locked in. We'll redo this again. When is it? May. When the beautiful bracket is released. We'll see if our picks held up. Which more than likely they will not. West Ashley probably won't even make the playoffs.
Yeah. How did we do last year? Did we ever go back and look and see how bad we did last year?
I think we
don't
were
need to do
somewhat
that.
accurate in the lower classifications. The uppers we were not, because someone took West Side. Or
You
both,
stop
I can't
with
remember.
Yes.
Me and you both took Powdersville.
Yeah, they laid an egg.
Yeah, it was a great start to the year. We did hit something though.
I don't think I did.
No, you got to hit one. Southside Christian maybe. Episode 74 is another big one. We preview the beautiful Shipyard tournament. Tournament recap from Palmetto Classic and the Steve Centers. And Coach, it's coming.
It's coming.
South Carolina Clemson predictions for the big series.
the most heated rivalry in all of college baseball.
They're both
It's
likely
coming.
to be undefeated,
coming.
rolling in. Coach.
Watch out now. Watch out. Hey, speaking of predictions, I had somebody asked me this other day, and I know we probably can't do this because we'll probably get arrested. Betting lines in high school baseball games. Somebody goes, y'all should start up, and we'll get the house will get rated here in a little bit. But
It's a nice house you got to get rated too.
My piano might get taken. That's
I would take that couch too.
The couch is good. I'd take good naps there.
I could take a nap on that couch
while you're watching you play golf over there. But maybe we should start a poll over there on the Twitter world, or see.
Hey, next week when we preview Shipyard, we'll put the matchups and then we'll put the over under and the line on each team, and we'll drop a poll in the chat and you can vote who's going to cover. No money involved.
You can Venmo each other if you would like, but we can't touch any of your money.
That's up to you guys.
Yeah. If you and your buddy want to go in and lay a 20 on it, then do it. But we can't touch it.
We'll set the line for you.
Yeah. We're the bookie.
We'll end up with over under wins for each team.
Now we're on to something now. Watch out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but we got to lay some stipulations out there because I think some of these guys, when they calculate their record, I think they count scrimmages and preseason inter squads and a lot of other things too. So
yeah, 100%. We got to go official game. That's like the home run count that's already starting on right being social media. Home run number one, no, it doesn't count. It's not a real game. It doesn't count.
If there's not at least 2 umpires and you don't exchange lineup cards with another team before the game, it doesn't count.
And you don't have you don't have numbers on both teams' jerseys.
If you say, "Hey, Jimmy's going to go play left this inning, and then I'm going to run him up, we're going to start the inning with a man on second," you can hit as many balls in the parking lot as you want. It don't count.
It's not official home run total.
No.
Player props too.
No. According to Charlie Winsky, you can only play 26 games. So if your final record at the end of the regular season has more than 26 in it, something went awry.
So is Somerville over under 20?
Over. You got to set it with a half. That way we can't have a push, dude.
20 and a half.
Thank you.
20 and a half.
Over.
Over.
Give me the under. We'll finish with 20. 20-6.
Still a good season.
I didn't say it was a bad season.
It's just not the over.
It's just not the over.
Over under last year was 25 and a half.
Yeah.
Hey, here we are.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap up episode 73. So stay tuned for 74. If you don't like the predictions, you can give us your own predictions, but we may or may not listen. So from all of us here at Prep Baseball South Carolina, have a great week.